Hey guys, I hope you guys are having a great and wonderful day today. And as I promised in my last video from last Sunday, I said I was going to show you guys a special crystal that you guys can combine with Moldavite that'll really help you feel the energies. Okay? And this is something that I really actually stumbled upon kind of accidentally, except for the fact that I had this crystal with me for a while and I now just recently have started mixing it in with my Moldavite because I started to feel the energy again. Okay. And so what is this? What is this special crystal? Okay, well I'm gonna hold it up. Can you tell which one's the Moldavite and which one's the other one? Let's see. Dun dun dun. Okay guys, so if you guys haven't been able to tell by now, right? So this one is the Moldavite, and this is the special crystal that I'm actually mixing in with the Moldavite right now to get special enhanced healing, not healing, but special enhanced effects on my heart chakra, right? So I'm actually mixing these two right now, and this is actually called green tourmaline. I'm sure many of you have actually had and worked with some kind of tourmaline, whether it's black, whether it's green, whether it's blue, whether it's red. I mean, there's so many different kinds of tourmaline that's out there, but this is green tourmaline, right? Now, I actually paired these two together because even now as I do it, I can literally feel my crown chakra opening up. I can feel old beliefs, really, really old beliefs, even beliefs that I've, you know, encounter sometimes on a day-to-day basis being released out of my crown chakra. Because guys, I don't know if you guys maybe work or maybe you guys go to school as well, where you're around different kinds of energies, and sometimes, especially when you're working with Moldavite, at least when I've worked with it, sometimes our crown chakras can be open way too much, and sometimes we absorb other people's mental energies and thoughts, and sometimes it could drain you, right? Sometimes it can feel like, oh my gosh, like, why am I thinking all these things? They're not, when you know who you are, it's easier to say, no, I know these are not my thoughts. But I know for me personally, going to school, I need to literally unplug from the school environment. I need to spend a couple hours. Maybe, yesterday was a Sabbath, so I was super excited to just unplug from everyone and everything, to disengage from these energies. Because at the end of the day, guys, we have to make sure that we're first in alignment with, who we are, and not being, conformed to what other people want us to do and how to act and how to be. And so this is something that I'm definitely using to keep me calibrated, so to speak, to keep me calibrated, so that I know what's my energy and what's not. It's also helping me and guiding me as well on when to take necessary breaks, right, from people. Because I don't know about you guys, but being somewhat of an empath, so to speak, being somewhat of a person who's sensitive to these energies, I can feel what other people feel at times. And don't get me wrong, I love it when I can go into a room and not feel anyone's energy. I'm still trying to figure out how I end up doing that sometimes, but that is the best, right? I love going through a world where I don't have to feel what other people feel. And for some people watching this, they may think, oh, well, that's so selfish. Like, how are you gonna, Anyways, guys, if you were able to feel what everyone else feels, you wouldn't want to live in this world, because a lot of people don't feel that great. And so that's why I have to hang around positive people. I have to hang around people who are thinking higher than me, because otherwise I start to feel sick, right? I can't stand being around toxic people. I have to be around uplifting, happy, faithful people. And that's why I love combining these two, right? Because it really keeps me in alignment with where I need to go and who I need to be with, who I need to surround myself with. And the green tourmaline really points out people in my life that shouldn't be there, right? I know it sounds strange, because if you Google what green tourmaline actually does, it attracts good luck, so to speak. It attracts, abundance and prosperity, and it does all these things, and it's really in alignment with your heart chakra. But I'm just sharing with you guys what I've personally experienced and how it's helping me, even in the school environment right now, how to get through that, how to, surround myself with better and positive people as well. And I just love the energy overall. I just love the way it feels. It's like it's just like a mind. It massages my mind and it helps me unplug from everyone's thoughts and everyone's ideas. Um, because I have my own personal thoughts about school, especially now that I've been, listening to other mentors who are thinking higher, thinking on higher levels, so to speak, about what school means to them, and just so many different things. And so, um, being in a school environment right now is challenging for me because a lot of the people at the school don't really get it, right? People, you talk to them about Moldavite or anything like that, they're going to be like, what's that? They're not at that level yet to comprehend spirituality. They're not at that level yet to comprehend awareness. And so it can sometimes be a little bit challenging, being like the only one um, who's creating and moving with this change, who's open to spirituality, who believes in God more than anything. And so I'm sure many of you have gone through this journey where you walk, where it seems like you're walking by yourself, but you're really taking on, this assignment and this mission because you're able to handle it, right? So that's how I kind of see it. It's like, okay, now I have to go into these environments and now bring this change, bring this into this awareness, but just realize that it is still a challenge. And so, either way, guys, I wanted to share that I've been pairing up Moldavite with green tourmaline because, like I said, I do feel the energy. I even feel it right now, and I even have like my Moldavite sanctuary right here in front of me. But I love it because they're both green, right? They both have the same green color that really just resonates, with my heart. And I just love this color green. I don't know why. I've always just loved the color green. Um, Although it's not my favorite color, but I still love green. There's just something beautiful about green. And I just really love pairing this. Like, I don't know if you guys can feel this, but I'm feeling this right now at the top of my crown chakra. It just feels really nice. It literally feels like I'm getting a massage. I'm letting go of beliefs from people from these environments that I have to be in. I have to detox myself basically from these environments and stay connected to the path that God wants me on because whew, it's a challenge, guys, but we just have to keep moving forward. And so I really wanted to share this with you guys. I encourage everyone who wants to try maybe a new pairing. Maybe you haven't felt the Moldavite energy yet. This is one I do recommend that you try, mixing it in with Moldavite and green tourmaline, because I have started to feel the energy again when I started mixing these two. And so that may be just something that you need to work with as well, and also try other crystals to see what works for you as well. And so yeah, so I have these two. I'm going to place these here actually. I also have another surprise for you guys. And I must say, I don't know if I should show you guys today. Although oh man, I actually need to share this story with you guys. It's kind of a long story. Well, I think we might just have to make this a pretty long video. So, and I owe it to you guys because, like I said, I'm only making videos one day out of the week right now. But I think I'm just gonna add it in today. Okay, I'll give you guys this bonus. So here's what actually happened, guys. So if you guys have been watching my videos regularly, I was out in Berlin for the summer, right? I was out there for June and July, came back kind of towards the end of July, and I actually ordered a lot of Moldavite before I came back from the Czech Republic, okay? And funny enough, I actually ended up getting here before my package arrived. And so what ended up happening this week, right? I checked online and it said my package should have been here at the end of August. And so I called and I type up and I connect with the eBay vendor and I'm like, hey, where's my Moldavite? Like, I still haven't gotten it. Like, I checked the tracking number. Like, there's no new updates. And he's like, yeah, well, let me just check. He's like, and he checked and he's like, yeah, it actually arrived there a month earlier. He's like, it actually arrived there at the end of July. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I didn't get anything. Like, where is my Moldavite? Like, where is it? Like, is Moldavite trying to get away from me now? And so what actually ended up happening was that day that I sent him that email, I was like, okay, well, something's not right. So I checked and went to the post office, and well, I called the post office, and they're like, yeah, it's here, but for some reason, it wasn't sent out to your home. It was delivered to the post office, and I'm like, that's weird. Like, yeah, that like never happens, and I'm like thinking to myself spiritually, I'm like, well, maybe I'm not in alignment with Moldavite right now. Like, what's going on? And so then on Friday, this Friday, a couple days ago, I was like, well, I need to go to the post office and get the Moldavite. Like, I've been waiting now for like 2 months. And so I go down to the post office. They literally just shut the post office. Like, they closed at 6 and it was 6:06. And I was like, I need to get my Moldavite, period. Like, I was just so like, I was just like, I'm getting my Moldavite. I don't care what time they close. Like, I wouldn't have to be here if they would have just done their job. And so I go there. They're like, "Sir, we're closed," and I'm like, "That's fine. Like, I'm just here to get a package." And they're like, "Well, sir, we're closed." I'm like, "Yeah, well, I wouldn't have to be down here if you guys would have done your job. And I have things to do. I don't have time to come down here during the week or the weekends. Like, I wouldn't have to do this if you guys would have just done your job." And so, we exchanged a few words back and forth, and all of a sudden, this black guy, and no offense to anyone, an African American guy, he comes around the corner and he's like, "Sir, if you don't leave, I'm gonna have to escort you myself." He's like, "I'm either gonna call 911 or have to escort you myself." And I was like, well, there's really no need for that. I'm just here to get a package, and now I'm waiting for this lady to give me information about it, and because she said she was going to. And he kept saying the same thing, and I was like, first of all, don't touch me. And he's like, "Well, I won't touch you if you leave, or we can call 911." And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, well, first of all, I don't want any drama. Two, if he touches me, I can place literally a lawsuit against him. Although I didn't want to do that, but these were just things that were going through my mind as this whole thing was happening. And so he actually grabbed me, and he grabbed me by my arm, and I'm like, "Don't touch me." And I said it twice. And then he was just kind of like, he was kind of like your typical, stereotypical African American who tries to just act real tough, and it's just funny how some people fall into those stereotypes, and that's why they are there. And so I'm thinking to myself already, I'm like, and this is just things that have been programmed into my mind, and I'm sure you guys are aware of it, but I was thinking to myself, I'm like, even if the cops come right now, he's going to go to jail because he just placed his hands on me. I wasn't doing anything wrong. If they would have done their job, I wouldn't have had to been there. So I'm like rationalizing this whole thing in my head as it's happening and as he's grabbing me, and I'm just like, "Don't touch me." And then everything kind of calmed down for a second. I was like, "You know what? I'm going to wait outside. Don't touch me again." And then he kind of just went back, and then I went out. He locked the door. And then I waited for like about 5 minutes. I'm just sitting there standing because I'm like, I'm going to get my package. I want my Moldavite, right? and so then comes out this Latino guy, and for some reason I'm just like, you know what, we're Latino, man. We're Latino. Like, he's going to help me. And so he comes out and he's like, "What seems to be the problem, sir?" But he looked like he was like a manager. And so I was like, well, then I told him everything that happened. And he's like, "Well, let me see what we can do to help you." And so we went, we kind of went to this other area of the department. He's like, "Sir," he's like, "your package just left like 2 hours ago. It was scanned. It's going back to the CZ Republic because it took a long time, or you didn't pick up the package." I'm like, "Well, I never received anything to come and get it. Like, it wasn't delivered. Like, the department should have delivered me the package." And then he kind of did some research on it. He's like, "Yeah, you're right." He's like, "Let me see if I can go grab it real quick before it's sent out." And I was like, please do, like, I don't want to wait another 2 months for it to go back and then another month for it to come back. And so he went out, and he was gone for like another 5-7 minutes. And I'm sitting there and I'm like praying. I have the other Moldavite that I have with me, and I just started praying in tongues. I just started praying. I'm like, "God, just please give me this Moldavite." And first time he came back, he's like, "We're still doing the best we can to try to find it right now." He's like, "I just got one of the clerks to come and help me." He's like, "But he's like, "And we'll just let you know if we're able to get it." And so he goes out again, and I'm like praying, and I'm praying. And then he comes back again. He's like, "So what actually happened?" And I'm like, "Man, where's my package?" Like, I'm thinking to myself. And he's like, "So what actually happened? Did you come in here causing a disturbance?" And I'm like, "No." I'm like, "I just want my package. Like, I wouldn't have to be down here if the post office would have done its job. Like, I don't have time to just come down here during the hours that it's open. I'm busy. And he's like, okay, well, and then I told him what happened. He's like, well, the good news is that we found your package. And I'm like, thank God. And so he ended up giving me my package with the Moldavite in it. So I'm like, it's funny though, because when he was actually holding it, I could literally feel the energy, and I could tell he could feel the energy from the Moldavite. Like, it was just like woof, woof, woof. And he, I signed off, and we talked a little bit afterward, and then I left. And then as I was driving home, I started opening up the Moldavite, and it came in a little like matches box, a European match box. And then when I opened it up, this is what I had, guys. Hopefully you guys can see it. So this is actually like my whole Moldavite batch now. Okay, so if you guys have been watching my videos, so I actually have, let's see, boom, boom, boom. I have 12 original pieces that are actually here that I've actually purchased here from Colorado. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and where's the 12th one? 11, 12. Okay, so this is the first batch that you guys have seen. Okay, this right here. This is the batch that you've seen basically since like the beginning of these videos. Now the second batch that I have here, this is like another 25 grams. This right here is another 25 grams. I don't know if you guys can see this. Okay, that's another 25 grams. This is the batch that I had before. Okay, so now I have a total of 50 grams all together of Moldavite. And these are actually little baby pieces. Okay, I thought the pieces were going to be a little bit bigger. I still like this actually. I actually prefer now these little pieces because I can make like a huge meditation circle with these pieces, and let me tell you guys, it is intense. I might have to make a video about that in the videos to come, but it is really nice being able to make a complete Moldavite circle where you can just sit there and meditate and pray, do whatever you need. To me, it's very engaging, especially when you mix it with quartz crystals. It really, really, really strengthens the whole, just everything, right? So I got these pieces of Moldavite now that came with the package that I received on Friday. Thank God, because literally when the whole thing played out, it seemed like a movie. I literally felt like it was just weird how it happened. Because recently, guys, as I've been wearing Moldavite, it literally feels like I'm in a dream. I don't know if you guys have been feeling that lately. Like, it literally feels like you're just like this observer and you're just, in a movie. And yeah, that might be getting a little too deep, but hey, that's what this channel is about. We like to talk about things that are way beyond this world. So guys, I really just wanted to share that with you. I do have some more, like I said, I have been working with, now this is the green Tourmaline, mixing it with the Moldavite, which I feel basically right away as soon as I do that. Also, just a quick update, I haven't really updated anything on my website. Although I do really feel like I'm going to have to make time for that in, I don't know, maybe this month or next month. But I am kind of waiting on it because I am going through some more changes myself. And so as I get to another stage of completion, I will probably upgrade the website as well so that it keeps updating and matching my frequency as well. If you guys are interested in green Tourmaline, let me know, and I'll look for some good deals. I'll look for some good green Tourmaline pieces that you guys can that I can add to my website that you guys can get as well. I might do that later on today or tomorrow, or maybe, I don't know, I may just wait as well, because like I said, I'm kind of waiting right now before I upgrade anything on my website. And yeah, what else? So yeah, so now this is like a lot of Moldavite, guys. I'm actually kind of curious as to how much Moldavite you guys have now. Leave how many grams of Moldavite you actually have now in the comments below. I have around 50, maybe 52 grams altogether, although I'm sure there's people who have maybe like 1,000 grams of Moldavite. That's just, oh my gosh. Anyways, guys, so how many grams of Moldavite do you guys have now? Leave that in the comments below. If you guys do want to go check out anything that I have on my website, feel free to go to www.themoldaviteexperience.weebly.com. Although upgrades and updates will be made to the website maybe this month or next month, but definitely stay tuned for that, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my story about getting these Moldavite pieces. I'm actually pretty excited. I'm going to be working now with Moldavite circles and Moldavite meditations, which I will be talking about next week. So stay tuned for that, guys. I think you guys will be really interested in that. Some of the things I've been noticing now, especially with music and meditation, oh my gosh, I think you guys are going to be pretty excited about what I have been able to find. So stay tuned for that, guys. That video for next week. So like Moldavite meditation circles. Stay tuned for that. Yes, like I said, thank you guys so much for being positive on this channel. I love it, guys. You guys are setting the standard up really, really, really high, and I love it. And I also appreciate everyone sharing their Moldavite stories. Some of them that are being shared are just so funny. Like, I'm like, wow. Like, it's just amazing how people are trying different things with Moldavite. And I'm super excited to see what people are coming up with as well. So yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for next Sunday's video. I hope you guys have a great day today and a great week as well. And stay safe. I send you guys so much love, and I will talk to you guys very, very soon.